The perfect grilled cheese has beautifully crusty bread with delicious oozing melted cheese inside. It's really easy to make, but with a couple tips, you can make it great. So here's what we need. 3 things: cheese, bread, and butter. First thing to do is get your pan onto about medium heat. We don't want the outside of the bread to get too dark before that cheese has time to melt. We're gonna actually butter both sides of the bread. I like a thick slice of bread for this. It's important that the butter be soft or else you'd tear the bread, so try to leave your butter out for just about an hour on the counter. That will soften it enough. Using a square pan makes your life a lot easier because you can fit 4 slices in really easily. We're gonna toast this one side, then we're gonna turn it over and start building our sandwiches, but we need to get the cheese ready. I like to grate cheese for grilled cheese sandwich because it melts much better when it's grated. Now, what we're gonna do is flip each bread over here. We're gonna build the sandwiches inside the pan, and we're gonna get crispy bread on the inside of the sandwich as well as the outside of the sandwich. Now, grated cheese, we're gonna put it right in the center of the sandwich. It's gonna fall a little bit to the sides. And you wanna use as much cheese on each sandwich as is proportional to the slice of the bread that you have. So a thicker slice of bread is gonna need more cheese. Now we're gonna flip this bread over, put the toasted side on the inside. That's gonna help the cheese melt even faster. Here's another little tip for you. Put a little press on each of these sandwiches. That helps the bread make a direct contact with the pan and toast up beautifully. Now, if you don't have little presses like this, just use the back of your spatula and push down on the bread evenly across the whole side. Now, in about 2 minutes, you're gonna find your bread is perfectly toasted on one side. Because the pan is already hot, it's been cooled a little bit by the sandwich bread, but it's still hot now. The second side's not gonna take as long as the first side. Another minute, another 2 minutes, and it'll be beautiful. Melted cheese on the inside, crispy crust on the outside and on the inside of the bread. Do you wanna make it a little more interesting? Mix it up a little bit? Try different kinds of bread. You can use a sourdough or a whole grain wheat. Different cheeses. You want to make sure you pick a good melting cheese like a Fontina or a Swiss cheese. Even Havarti is delicious. And then try adding an extra ingredient like sliced apples, cooked bacon, maybe some sliced tomato, or even some ham. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of the basics, click over here. If you'd like to know more about that great pan I used, click over here. And if you have any recipe suggestions or questions, leave them in the comments below.